Hey YouTube, Will here from All Electric, and today we're doing a range test. If you can see here, it is fully plugged up right now, and we let it sit like that way all overnight. You can see I am bundled up significantly. It is about 37, 38 degrees. I think it's getting up to 40 today. All of my range tests are only throttle. So that is throttle only, strictly throttle, starting with a full battery. So it's charged up. A couple things to know. I'm about 200 pounds, so weight definitely has a factor in terms of, an electric motor and how far it can propel, a vehicle forward. So in this case, the bike. Weight, but then there's also temperature, so outside temperature. So since it is colder, I'm anticipating that the range is going to be a little bit shorter. So I bundled up, and so what you'll see in this test is I'm going to cut to different sections because just a straight test would be pretty boring. I will make sure to note any important points that happen during my test. And again, this is going to be strictly throttle. I'm hopping on the bike and it's going to be at the pedal assist level 5 and just throttling. We'll see how much distance we can get out of this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it here. And what we're gonna do is power it up. So you guys can see we're starting at a full battery. And I'm gonna double tap the plus, or actually single tap on the power. Should get me over here to the odometer. But I think I want it to be on trip. So I'm gonna cycle through just pressing the power button to the trip. And then I think if I double tap, okay, so it looks like I figured it out. You press the power button and the plus button. So I was able to press it that way. And so now our trip is reset. So we're gonna use this. I'm also gonna use the GPS on my watch to track the distance, just so we have a backup in case this fails when the battery does go out. But so this is gonna track our distance here, and we are just gonna get started. And again, the only thing that we're using is this throttle. So that is the only thing that's we're gonna use during this range test. Let's go.
Any minute, going for a ride down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights. Take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side. PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights. Take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Flashing red lights, driving at night. Windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight.
Alright, so I'm freezing cold. It was just flashing the low battery sign here. I'm at 23.6 miles. I've been on pavement this entire time. So at 23.6, it was just flashing low battery, so I will come back on in just a second for you guys to see if we can get this flashing again and see just how many more miles we can squeeze out of this battery.
Do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do.
Okay, so at 24.0, the battery started flashing. Something I find interesting is it says 24.7, but on my watch we're at 23.23. So yeah, a little bit off. So that's probably having to do with, I'm gonna assume that this bike is a little bit more accurate than the GPS on the watch. It is also using my phone to get the location, but just something to keep in mind. So now I'm gonna circle and try to squeeze as much as I can out of this battery. It is starting to throttle the power a little bit. I'm not able to get the full power out of the motor anymore because that battery is flashing. So
To care about what you
I spent over 90 minutes on this e-bike, and I do want to say that it is really comfortable to ride. The seat was comfortable, the big fat tires and the front suspension made this really comfortable to ride on all sorts of sidewalk that I was going on and off over this really significant, over 20-mile test. I wasn't sore. It was comfortable to ride. It was a pleasant experience.
where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die.
Okay, so it's really going a lot slower now. We're at 25.8 miles. I'm on full throttle, and you can see it's maxing out, going to 11 miles an hour. So definitely the low power in the battery is affecting the motor significantly now. So we've gone about almost 2 miles since the battery started flashing. So something good to keep in mind before you'll see significant slowing. You have about 2 miles of reserve power in the battery. So if you're going on a longer trip and the battery starts blinking, just know that you got about 2 miles left until you're going to see this significant slowdown. Going up a slight incline here, and we're down to 9 miles an hour, just hitting 26 miles on this charge. Almost feels like there's no power left in the battery or the motor. Really feels like it's just kind of creeping along and just no power coming from the motor. You can see my hand has just been holding this full throttle for now 26 miles. So my thumb is tired. Kind of wonder if they should put cruise control on this, but most of the time you won't be testing it like this. So going down a little bit, so it is picking up some speed, but really I can just, as I release and push again, you guys can see that it's just because of the battery getting absolutely really limited power. Now down to 4 miles an hour, 4.5 miles an hour, with pushing the throttle, 26.1 miles. And at this speed, I'm going to go ahead and call the test, because really you can see here that full throttle and we're going 3-4 miles an hour. So 26.1 is the range test on this Nomad 1. And you could see that, that's a significant distance, especially considering how big this e-bike is with these big fat tires and everything. So really high quality battery that they put in here. I want to go over some stats that I got from my fitness watch. The first one is the temperature. So it was cold outside, and so I did get limited range because of that. So if you do test this out and it is warmer, expect more range out of the battery. Another key point is elevation gain. So I gained 1,178 feet of elevation over this time with an average speed of 16.6 miles per hour. So if you went slower and you didn't gain as much elevation, you're going to be able to go further on this e-bike doing my strictly throttle test. Now on the manufacturer's website, they do say the max range on this e-bike is 55 miles, which I totally believe it. If I was pedaling even a small amount, it would significantly increase the range that this e-bike would go. But this was a great test just doing the throttle, and shows you guys that this battery is a really high quality battery that they're putting in this Nomad 1. If you're looking for a fat tire e-bike and you want to pick up one of these, check the link down below in the description. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Share this video with a friend, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, see you in the next one.
I'm in a race that everybody's chasing fast. They wanna be that someone on the screen at last. They ain't looking inside for their needs in life. They wanna be liked by everybody in sight. But trust me, being free ain't spotlights. No, it's long nights and it's long fights with yourself all the time to get your mind right. But if you put in the work, you can find the light, alright. I'll do anything